She stood up for a stranger, unaware she was changing her destiny. He hid his true identity to find real love. This is the story of a billionaire CEO and a kind lawyer whose hearts found each other against all odds. Stay tuned. You won't believe how it unfolds. Madame Elise Vauquelin, the respected chairman of Laurent Family Enterprises, had been away for 3 months, reflecting on her grandson, Julien Laurent, set to lead the family's prestigious law firm, Laurent and Associates. Julien, known for his intelligence and charm, was a mystery, rarely seen in public. The firm buzzed with excitement, staff whispering about his arrival. "He's so handsome, I heard," a junior lawyer murmured. "And rich," another added, eyes sparkling. Imagine catching his attention. Unbeknownst to them, Madame Elise had a plan. Instead of a grand entrance, she went undercover as an old cleaner to observe the firm's true dynamics and find a genuine wife for Julien. One who'd love him for his heart, not his wealth. Dressed in plain clothes and a cheap-looking watch, she entered the firm. Most ignored her, but a group of female employees sneered. "Who let her in?" One scoffed, glaring at her watch. "Trying to look rich." They laughed, pointing rudely. Madame Elise stayed quiet, observing. When one shoved her, accusing her of social climbing, she stumbled. "It's just an old watch," Madame Elise said calmly. "Why does it matter?" Before it escalated, a voice cut through. "Enough!" Clara Dubois, a young, beautiful lawyer, stepped forward, silencing the room. "What are you doing? She's just doing her job. Don't you have better things to do than bully someone?" The women muttered, walking away. Clara turned to Madame Elise, softening. "Are you all right?" Madame Elise nodded, smiling. "Thank you, dear. I appreciate it." "It's nothing," Clara said. "Let me know if anyone bothers you again." Madame Elise's eyes followed Clara, a knowing smile forming. "She's got a good heart," she murmured. "This one's special." Later, Madame Elise approached Clara at her desk. "Excuse me, dear, can I have a moment?" Clara smiled warmly. "Of course, ma'am. How can I help?" "I overheard your colleagues. You're single. Would you mind marrying my grandson?" Clara blinked, laughing politely. "That's kind, but I'm not looking for love. I've had my share of heartbreak. I'm focusing on my career." Madame Elise tilted her head. "Heartbreak? You're too young for so much pain." Clara sighed. "My last boyfriend, a colleague, cheated on me here in the office. It was humiliating." Madame Elise's eyes narrowed. "My grandson's different. He lost his parents young. I raised him to be kind, loyal. He'd never betray you." Clara smiled softly. "That's sweet. I'll think about it," she said jokingly. The door opened, and a handsome young man entered. Sharp cheekbones, kind eyes, simple clothes, yet elegant. "Grandma," he said warmly. "Julien, there you are." Madame Elise beamed. "Clara, this is Julien, my grandson, a new intern." Clara froze, shaking his hand, blushing. "I'm Clara. Welcome to the firm." Julien smiled. "I've heard this is a great place to learn." Madame Elise watched, satisfied, her plan in motion. Julien's first day as an intern was low-key. His laid-back demeanor made him approachable, though some sneered at his supposed low rank. Through Madame Elise's intervention, he was assigned to work with Clara on a high-profile case. Clara led, while Julien assisted. "You're surprisingly good at this," Clara said, impressed by his sharp insights. Julien chuckled. "I read a lot of legal books. I learned from passionate people like you." Clara blushed. "Thanks." Madame Elise, pretending to clean, overheard their laughter, smiling slyly. "They're getting along," she muttered, pushing her cart. Clara's phone buzzed. Her mother. "When are you bringing your boyfriend home?" "Soon, Mom," Clara said nervously, promising a fiancé she didn't have. "You'll meet him soon." Her mother sighed. I just want you happy." Clara hung up, stressed. She didn't want to lie, but explaining her single status felt unbearable. The firm buzzed with news of Julien Laurent's imminent arrival as CEO. "He'll only pick the best." Vivienne Moreau, a sassy, ambitious lawyer, scoffed. Spotting Clara, she smirked. "Don't even think about joining Mr. Laurent's team. He'd never pick a low-class lawyer from a no-name university." Clara's heart sank. "That's enough, Vivienne," she said quietly. Vivienne laughed. "Everyone knows you're not in his league." Julien, as the intern, stood up. "That's enough. Respect and kindness go a long way. Clara's a fantastic lawyer, harder working than anyone. If Mr. Laurent values talent, he'd recognize her first." Vivienne raised an eyebrow. "Who are you, intern?" "I know the kind of people who succeed lift others up, not tear them down," Julien replied. Vivienne rolled her eyes, muttering as she left. Clara, touched, smiled. "Thank you." Julien shrugged. "I don't like seeing good people treated unfairly." Clara's heart fluttered. Could he be different? Over weeks, Julien and Clara grew close, working late, laughing easily. Julien asked her out, and she agreed after a moment's hesitation. Their romance deepened, but Vivienne's jealousy festered. She tampered with case documents to embarrass them, but Julien caught the error, foiling her plan. "You're lucky this time," Vivienne sneered at Clara. "I'll catch you slipping." Julien's patience snapped. He addressed the office. "I'm not just an intern. I'm Julien Laurent, CEO of Laurent & Associates. I've been undercover to observe the firm." Laughter erupted, led by Vivienne. "You? Julien Laurent? That's hilarious." Clara pulled him aside. "Julien, you could be sued for impersonating Mr. Laurent." "I'm telling the truth," he said. Clara shook her head. "If the real Mr. Laurent finds out, he'll ruin you. I'll talk to him. Explain everything." Her ex, Hugo Lefebvre, chimed in, mocking, "A poor intern pretending to be Julien Laurent? A new low, Clara." Julien's jaw clenched. "Insult me, but leave Clara out of this." Hugo scoffed. "Sue me with what money? You're a fake." The HR manager arrived with security. "Hugo, you're terminated for repeated misconduct." Hugo stormed out, furious. Clara whispered, "Julien, this is getting out of hand." Julien sighed. "I'm not pretending, but I'll prove it." That evening, he called Émile Rousseau. "Pretend to be me tomorrow as Julien Laurent. I need to see their reactions." Émile chuckled. "Unusual, sir, but I'll do it." At 9 a.m., Émile entered as Julien Laurent, exuding authority. Vivienne fawned over him. "Mr. Laurent, an honor. I've admired your work." Émile nodded politely. Julien, observing as the intern, smirked. Clara stayed focused, her professionalism shining. Madame Elise watched, amused, her focus on Clara. Later, Madame Elise approached Clara, clutching her chest dramatically. "I'm fine, dear," she said weakly. "My heart's not what it used to be. My only wish is to see my grandson married to someone kind, like you." Clara's heart skipped. "Me?" Madame Elise squeezed her hand. "Julien cares for you. Think about it." That evening, Clara mulled over Madame Elise's words. She loved Julien's kindness, despite his lack of wealth. Her mother's pressure to settle down weighed heavily. Julien visited Madame Elise, who looked pale. "Julien, marry Clara. She's perfect," she urged. The next day, Madame Elise, feigning illness, gathered them. "I want to see you happy before it's too late. Will you marry?" Clara spoke first. "I'll do it. My mom's pressuring me, but Julien, I've fallen for you. You're kind, thoughtful. That's enough." Julien's heart swelled. "I'll do whatever makes you happy." Madame Elise beamed, her frailty vanishing. "Let's plan a small ceremony." The wedding was simple at a registry office. Clara wore a modest white dress, Julien a crisp suit. Despite his joy, Julian worried about his secret. "What if she feels betrayed?" he whispered to Madame Elise. "You love her. She'll understand," she reassured. Vivian, jealous, accused Clara of leaking documents, presenting fake emails. "Mr. Laurent should know," she smirked. Clara exclaimed, "That's not true." Julian, as the intern clenched his fists, limited by his disguise, he reassured Clara privately, "I believe you. We'll figure it out." Madame Elise arranged legal support for Clara. Emile, as the fake CEO, reviewed Vivian's evidence neutrally. "We'll investigate," he said. Clara overheard Julian and Emile. "I'm Tom Johnson, the CEO. I can't keep lying to Amelia." Clara froze. Julian was Julian Laurent? At home, she confronted him. "You lied to me. You're the billionaire CEO. Oh." "I tried to tell you," Julian said. "I was afraid you'd feel betrayed. I love you. That's why I married you." Clara softened. "I need time, but I won't leave you. I love you too." Julian resumed his role as CEO, ending his disguise. Vivian mocked, "The intern got fired." Clara stayed silent, knowing the truth. Rumors swirled about Julian buying the Heart of the Ocean necklace for his wife. Sophia Beaumont entered, claiming to be Julian's wife, wearing a dazzling necklace. Sophia approached Clara condescendingly. "It must be hard, not being cut out for this." Clara replied evenly, "I can handle myself." That evening, Julian noticed Clara's silence. "What's wrong?" "I heard about Sophia and the necklace," she admitted. Julian pulled out the real Heart of the Ocean. "This is for you. I flew to Paris for it. You're my only love." Clara's doubts vanished. "I love you too," she said as he fastened the necklace. Clara presented evidence at a meeting, proving Vivian faked the emails. This footage shows her accessing files after hours. Vivian paled. "You faked this." Sophia entered, confessing, "I helped Vivian to sabotage Clara out of jealousy." Julian stepped forward. "You harmed an innocent woman and this firm. You're both done." He addressed the room. "I'm Julian Laurent, CEO. I was the intern to observe you. Clara's my wife, and I'm proud of her." Employees gasped, apologizing to Clara. She replied, "Bullying is unacceptable. Learn from this." Julian added, "This firm won't tolerate such behavior." At home, Julian shared, "I became a lawyer because of you. As teens, you saved me from bullies, declaring you'd sue them as a lawyer. You inspired me to fight for justice." Clara's eyes widened. "I forgot that day." "You were my inspiration," Julian said, pulling her close. "I couldn't let you slip away." At Madame Elise's dinner, she teased, "Great-grandchildren would be perfect." Clara blushed. Julian chuckled. "One step at a time, Grandma." Later, Sophia sneaked into their mansion, spiking Julian's wine. Madame Elise caught her, sniffing the glass. "What have you done?" "Get her out," she ordered guards. She told Clara, who was furious. Madame Elise locked them in a room. "Sort your priorities." Julian reassured Clara. "You are the only woman I care about, Clara smiled. "I love you too." At another dinner, Clara felt ill and excused herself. She returned pale. Julian insisted on a hospital visit. The doctor confirmed Clara was pregnant. Julian's joy was boundless. Madame Elise danced with delight. "My great-grandchild." Their journey, filled with trials, had forged an unbreakable love. Clara and Julian, now expecting, were ready for their future, with Madame Elise's mischievous blessings. A kind lawyer and a disguised billionaire found love through honesty and courage. Clara and Julian's story proves true: love conquers all.